Hey guys, it's the self-series with Wildflower again, and today I have Abuja's #1 magician, MC, event host, name it. The Black Eke is in the studio with me, and I'm really excited to have him. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay.
I've stressed him a bit today, but
My name is Paul, Black Eke, call me Black because I'm the one that abides in the shadow of the Almighty. I am the host with the most. I do a lot of stuff. I just like to call myself a perception engineer. Yeah, that's basically it.
perception engineer. What does that mean?
You have mechanical engineer, you have chemical engineer, and you have a perception engineer. You engineer people's perception. It kind of like, it was a term we used in one of the agencies I worked in as a graphic designer. Because graphic design is just to basically put things together and make people see things a certain way, engineering people's perception. But it also ties into what I also do as a magician. Make people see things.
See things.
Graphics, MC, I'm just do myself the perception engineer.
Oh, nice. Sums all that you're about. Was Paul, your energy and your, like, you are your person. I don't know. There's something about your person that I'm not sure however I should understand. I don't know, but just who is
it's confusing you. Let's settle down.
Okay. Who were you as a child? What kind of a child were you?
I think she had my mom come and ask me that question.
From when you can remember?
From when I can remember, I was very playful. You know, there's this image that usually goes around on WhatsApp where you see this child that's very dirty. It's going from like the legend is returning home.
You said legend.
I was the legend. So I was very playful as a child. I think I wasn't really held back. I was the only son. Okay. So a lot of people will feel because you're the only son, probably be found out. Oh, my mom beat me well. My dad beat me well. My sisters took their turn in beating me. Up until I was strong enough to like, but even as my mom still was slap. Even my mom still slap me. She's not saying that this one has old. There's no need to slap me again. But they did that, but they also gave me the chance to actually explore. I
was going to ask if there was like any holdback because of lots of there wasn't. They allowed you just be you.
If I had to, one particular event was one particular one that comes to mind. There was one time when we were dancing in church, and they said we had to go to Muson Center. Muson Center that time was one place we hear only on TV. I don't think it's even available now in Abuja, but it was like the in thing. Like what event center is big in Abuja now?
Big.
Math Conference Center, Transcorp Landmark. Transcorp is in there, but Congress Hall, Transcorp. A lot of shows happened in Muson Center, and then so they said they were going to do something there. They wanted us to come and dance. And they were like, we'll go there this night and stay over the following morning. This was I was like 10, 11. They're like, hey, little boy, where are you going?
Where are you going?
So my dad was like, I should not call everybody I was dancing with. I brought all of them to the house, and that's all of their face, collected all of their numbers, took all of their pictures. I was like, so that if it happens to my son,
they know who to ask. So you were loved. You were like a loved child, even though
it wasn't the love of protecting me from the world. It was more like, if you go to that, this is what will happen. Funny enough, they were very ready to help me. I remember when this scar on my cheek happened. I remember when I broke my head. I remember when I stabbed the boy by me in the throat.
Oh my God.
I remember when I stabbed myself in the stomach.
Jesus.
All this stuff happened, and it was more like it has happened, right? They are like, yes.
Let's move on.
I think that's also my approach in life, actually. Things will be, there's some things that have actually happened, and I'm like, where do I go from here? And I'm like, okay, what's the worst that can happen? And the worst has happened, so there's really nothing to hold you back again. So just
move on.
Inspire.
Oh my God, you're very liberal. You're like very free spirit. That's very nice, you know, because you're very free spirit. Let's go to school. So what was it that led to you having an extra year in school?
Dance. Was dancing. Was it dancing?
The way you said dance, so you went to school and you were dancing.
Actually, I went to school at 100 level, and I did not waste any time in becoming popular.
Did you know what?
I did not waste any time.
In becoming popular.
In school, University of Ilorin was like, there's this short boy, 100 level microbiology. Have you seen him? Then it became, there's this short black boy that can dance. And that was like the umbrella term for
you.
People don't even recognize me when I walk around. So, but apparently there was a show and I came up, they know who
is that?
Who that guy is. So that's kind of like how we started, and it was good. How am I going to put it? There's a very freedom in university intoxicates. I think that should be studied on its own entirely.
Right.
The fact there's a way it just hits you and you're like,
body's holding me.
I can really do anything. So it's how they say if you have money, it brings out your true character. The freedom in university brings out your true character. You now see people who have always wanted to try smoking, who always wanted to try drinking. You see people who have always wanted to express themselves art-wise.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the freedom will bring out the bad side. It doesn't really bring out who you've always been. You notice that, I can attend 10 rehearsals. Dance
any time of the day.
We've called rehearsals at 1 a.m. We've called rehearsals at overnight. We've called rehearsals. Like, we were really able to do our stuff. So I was really free in school, but I felt I did not lack that freedom when I was at home. So when I got into school, it wasn't a case of there's nobody watching me. I'm going to do anything I want. It was more of a case of I know how to act within that freedom. So I was able to still restrain myself in a certain way. So yeah, that was just.
So it felt like you started off as a dancer.
Not like it felt enough. Like I started off as a dancer. I've been dancing since there was a time in my street where they'll be having a birthday party somewhere and they'll personally bring my invitation to my mom. Like, because they know that if they do dance competition now, it's a show. I will give them a show.
I love it.
Not even that I will win, but it was more or less a show. It's to come with money.
So you did not
dance now.
Why?
I don't dance professionally.
Was there ever a point you had to struggle with like finding purpose, seeing that there was already something? You do a lot of other things and we'll come to that, but I'm just wondering, for somebody that started off as a dancer at 2 and maybe even earlier, you cannot remember, was there ever a point you were like, what am I supposed to be in life? Did that ever happen to you? Because it happens to the most of us.
No, I don't think it did. But it's not because I was like, this is what I'm going to be. I just kept an open mind. Like I said, free spirit. I was what I needed to be at the different stages in my life. And I think what made this happen for me was I was able to identify what I needed to be. So there's some people who are like, I want to be a neurosurgeon. So because they want to be a neurosurgeon, they start liking science courses or probably watching science-related movies, reading about neurosurgery, getting into school as a medical doctor, finishing, that's their part. I did not know what I wanted to be. If it's that one, I did not know. All I know that I was in a secondary school, I needed to probably study to get some points, pass. That was needed to be study to pass. Or I was a science student, and yet every time I wanted to do debates in school, I represented my secondary school. Shout out to Ikoton High School, by the way.
Nice.
I represented my Ikoton High School as a debate, going for debates as a science student. And I knew at that moment that I needed to learn about debates, how to present myself, how to speak in front of people. For once, that was never a point in my life I was ever shy to talk.
Oh, nice.
Anybody.
Nice.
If I can, you will not kill me. You will not beat me.
Right.
The worst case scenario, they will say no. I'll fire on. So I did not know that mentality then. I didn't know I could talk to anybody. So I needed at that point, I needed to be a science student that could debate. And at a point I was like, I got really interested in art. I wanted to draw. I started attending art classes. And it was bad for the art students because they need to study art and pass. I was just studying for fun. So I was here. So at that point, then after school, I needed to sustain. I needed to earn money. So I started going to this company. This company called Alibert. It's a furniture company.
Yeah.
I worked in a furniture company cutting foam, nailing chairs, and doing it because that was what I needed to be at that moment while writing jam. I realized alphabet was simple, but Jesus. 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. for only 15K at the end of the month.
Oh my God.
I was like, this is becoming stressful. No, I need to find a job that will make me match myself because I need to study for jam and the rest.
Okay.
So I switched to another company. This company called Ashley. Ashley was responsible for creating all the cartons, cabin biscuit carton.
There's a company for that.
Oh. Their main job is printing on the paper, cutting it, packaging it.
Oh wow.
So, maybe I was actually got interested in graphic design.
Graphics, maybe.
Maybe actually, because
just maybe.
our point there wasn't really the printing, when the setting the machine to cut the paper, the cartons, and then setting them up and send them. So that was what I needed to become them, because I actually did this week night, the other week day.
Oh, okay.
Shift. So I gained admission and got to school. I left that line behind. I had to start refreshing myself to become a student. So at different points, but dancing remained constant.
Yeah.
And through it was, at some point it was my escape. At some point it was what was pairing me. At some point it was what I just did to keep fit. But it was
just revolved. It was everything that your life has been around at the time. Yeah. So I like how you just talked about process in a way, just sometimes we wait for certain points in our life for things to take shape, like wanting to be a medical doctor and just waiting until you become a medical doctor. But at different stages of our life, things happen, and acknowledging them and working through them is really important. So I'm wondering, how was life in the university for you? The whole, I don't want to say loud, but that's what has come into mind. So the whole loud Paul Eke, even though I'll still come back to saying that Paul has to me, I think Paul has multiple personalities. So I can be here, you see as I'm talking to Paul, I'm comfortable. Once we leave here, if I have to be in Paul's DM, I would pray and say, Father Lord, I'm about to message Paul. And even when I worked with Paul, I feel like you're very cool, you are very lively, and you're a very interesting person, right? But then there's still something about your personality. We'll come to that. That scares the hell out of me, Mercy Ajay. I'm not lying.
I'll tell you.
You tell me what it is, okay? Okay, but then how was life for you in the university? The loud, was there ever a point where you felt, why am I like this?
No.
Jesus.
I always feel, at some point back, I had an issue with my height.
Oh, okay.
I always felt, if I was in the midst of my peers, you'd be like, this is the smallest one, maybe it's the youngest one. I get treated as such.
Of course.
So I had an issue with it, but I made up for it with my expressiveness. I being the smallest, but really notice first.
Right.
So at the point I began noticing it was actually a threat to some people. Not that I was treating them alive, but they realized that if you're ever in a competition with Paul, if you're ever in any team against Paul, you will lose. Because you cannot outshout me, cannot
outjump you,
cannot out. So it sort of turned it in my favor, and people wanted to then associate with me. So you realize that in the gathering, you'll be like, okay, select your team. Like,
Paul,
who was going to, who will bail the cat, who will we send, Paul, stuff like that. So being loud was able to do it in my favor. I also feel I did it in a bit of I did it in where I was confident in. So because some people are loud and they become very obnoxious. They become to talk. They actually get the reverse reaction. People actually want to distance themselves from them. Saying this now, I have a picture in my head. I don't want to call the boy's name. Please. But there are people in my school, you know what I mean? Acquaintance that actually know that, okay, there's somebody that does like this boy, that does like Paul, but they would rather associate with Paul than associate with him. So it just happens. I was able to just put the moderation to it, and that was
it something you did intentionally? Like that moderation, did you intentionally get to a point and you're like, oh, or it has always been there? There is a place for the loud you, and then there's a place for the you that would just rather be kept to
themselves. Okay. It's like I was able to wake up one morning and say, this is my point. I know. But I think you learn to Should I say know your surrounding, know people you are with, know where you can actually express yourself and know where you cannot. I'm loud does not mean I'll get into church and I'll start shouting.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time too, you listen. You actually listen. There are people who make me and they're like, your energy is too much. What are you doing? Are you shouting? If I was, it would be obnoxious for me to hear that and just ignore them and say, I try to dull my spirit. You can
This is who I am.
This is who I am. So I listen to them and I'm like, okay, why is this person saying this? You know, if you hear that, if you're able to ask yourself that question, you then be able to filter who is giving you correction out of fear and trying to dim your light. And that person who is actually giving you a correction out of, hey, this you're doing is great, but maybe try this angle to be able to keep an open mind and listen to what they want to say. You realize that it's not really this criticism, but nobody actually just criticizes you. They are probably criticizing you from a place of hate, from a place of love. Even those that even criticize you from a place of hate, there's still something. What they are saying, there's something they saw.
Yes, before they
that made them want to say what they want to say.
Actually.
And they're able to just filter it and pick down.
Yeah, good to go. Okay, let's come back to you and school and having an extra year and flying from there. Considering who you are and your person and how known you were in school, what did it do to you and how were you able to create lemonade out of that lemon?
There was this thing I had from. They said lemons are not naturally occurring. Lemons are naturally occurring.
Okay.
That it was made as a crossbreed from orange and lime.
Okay.
So lime naturally gives us lemons.
Oh, we created lemons actually. And then created
the idea was that you know, being popular, being known, everybody was expecting you to leave. You know how human beings are. Everybody accepts you. When it's the time to go and you do not go, it's a problem. So what now?
You have overstayed.
You have overstayed your welcome. That's the
He always gets to that point.
He always gets to that point. So you need to know when to go.
Oh, yes.
Actually, you need to learn it. You overstay your welcome and people will tell you. Everyone will come and go. Come and go. It's like that person that visits and doesn't want to go.
No matter how you love them.
So I love you have to go. So that was it. People it was that way. Even for for my students, they have this FIB stuff, signing out, old drag day, old school day, Jesse day.
You did all of that.
Oh Jesus, we're in the forefront. We're dancing, fine. It's our time to go. Oh God. Ilori has this thing. Ilori finishes. Most of those people are actually home.
Okay.
When results are released. That's in school. So
okay.
The D-Day results came out. This is how I was doing. My son name is Eke. So I did not need to go far.
For his scroll to the end.
What's his name now? You know those kind of hope press will come. No, they will still
face another one.
This is coming out. Or lecturer this is coming. Don't worry, name is going to come inside. I cried, child.
Oh my God, you cried.
My room. Sometimes you can only there's only so much you can do.
You can do by yourself.
Handle by yourself. So I Jesus. Say God. Then it happened. I cried. I think what helped was, I think I was already coming to come and bash me.
Oh my
she came and she started crying.
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing to say again.
It feels remorseful.
And I don't think it was, I normally would attribute it to dance. But the funny part was 100, 200, 300. I did everything. I danced, went to faculty night dinners. And you know what, Jensen? It was the funny that I said, you know what? Let me calm down. Let me fix my project, do my exam. There was this competition they usually do in school, inter-faculty dance competition. Okay. It is the height of dance competitions in school because you are representing your faculty. Okay. Faculty of Arts, Faculty of Science, and I represented Faculty of Science. We won it back to back.
Sorry, Paul. You were actually a science student up to the university.
I studied microbiology now. That's what I was in school for. That's what I was in school for, the microbiology. I'm representing my Faculty of Science. And we won it. That's just to show you how bad that should be. Or should I say how misplaced our priorities were? Because it was not only me, we were like 10 dancers.
Okay.
And we're tight. We're the best dancers in school. So you can imagine that the best dancers in school are from the faculty of science.
Science, yeah. All of you from the faculty of science.
You have to, any person dancing in that stage had to represent the faculty. So you cannot be a faculty of arts student and you're dancing for social sciences. So you can get how.
Yeah, it was.
So, and one is second year, one is third year. We divided it in the. In the first year, I think it came in. What's it called? No, yes. One in first year, one in second year, one in third year. Then I told myself that okay, this last year I'm not going to do much. I will only do the faculty. In fact, in the faculty I was going to do, I'm not going to dance. I'll just be teaching them. I came up with one strategy that helped us out.
Okay.
And I felt it was because of my personality I was able to. Sorry, I'm entering and that. But because I was able to, I could sit down, think of the choreography, and because of the extra skill I had in DJing, I could mix the songs, cut them up. So when they come on Monday for rehearsals, there's already an idea and there's already a song. So we just went straight into practicing. If I already the idea song, I already have steps in my head, choreography already. So just go in and teach. That was the strategy and it helped. Other faculties on the other hand, we meet on Monday first to agree on the song, to agree on the choreography, and then to mix. Then Tuesday, they will now start. Okay, change it. No. By Wednesday, that's when they are ready. By Wednesday, we're already
gone far. Yeah.
So that was so I said I'll just help them out with that and won. So in the fourth year, that's the only thing I was going to do. And I did not dance, I did not do anything. No.
You
want my project. Because of my reading. If it's too consistent. I was like, what if I was dancing? What was probably I'm at a higher level of intellectuality or creativity when I'm able to be open and express myself. I'm like, you know what? Calm. I got the extra year, came back to school. There wasn't much negativity.
Energy.
Because I did not make ends. I made a lot of friends because of my type of personality. You actually are, so I'm like, I don't cry.
You use that.
I don't cry. If you cry, I'll cry. You use a cry, come. She use a cry. So before you know, the conversation wasn't about how sad it was. Not like, is it like what you so you was able to just
move past
the conversation. And now I'm thought to myself, what am I going to be doing? Because the courses I failed was one in first semester, one in second semester, and because I do like 2 hours per week.
Okay.
Per week,
Monday to Friday, just 2 hours.
It was an elective.
Yeah, the ones that are not like your major.
You don't need to do them.
Yeah, just you have to come back. Of course. Why did you choose it? They should.
I think they should change because
you don't need them.
I did not do one elective in my 300. So they said I had to add it to match up my CGPA.
Oh, okay.
I did not mathematics. So I did that. I feel it. Sad. But because it was an elective course, it wasn't a course where you had to be 4 hours per week, where you do 2 hours on Monday, 1 hour on Thursday, and an hour. No. It was just 2 hours and that was it. So I looked at it. I'll be good. That means throughout my 1 year in University of London, my extra year, I went to school 2 hours per week. Oh my God, we didn't remain 7 days.
Yeah, a lot of time.
Too much time. I thought I had freedom in 100 level.
No, this is the freedom.
I passed freedom. In fact, I could just lie down and just be floating because there was nothing to do. I think that was my should I say my antithesis or my nemesis was boredom. I hate being bored.
Yeah.
I talk to myself, crack jokes, laugh, have full conversation. In fact, sometimes some of the things I say on stage or some of the things that come out were things I've already told myself before and I've laughed. If I can make myself laugh, I know that I can make anybody laugh. I can have you
by yourself.
By myself laughing. Let me say my date sometimes she's with me in the house and I'll just be like she look at me like
what's happening?
I think at some point she has come to just
accept it. This is who he is.
So I just laugh about that and that was what it was. And thought of that time, so much boredom, nothing to do. We were part of this group actually. I joined a group called Art Square.
Okay.
Shout out to Art Square. Art Square was, I like to say Art Square was formed from Village Square. So village square, every time there's a village square meeting, he brings everybody in the village to come to the village to have a meeting. So this was gathering of art individuals. And I joined as a magician, as a dancer by doing it. And we did that. We did the art square stuff. We had a art square camp. And in the art square camp, there's different rooms. There's a dance room, the music room, the spoken word room, the poet room. So if you're in any of these rooms, you would do a bit of that. I think that also helped me too to open up my head. I can pull from every angle. So that's what we did. And at the end of the art square, the music producer, we call him Trix. Trix. It's Tricks on the beat. That's what we thought it was. Apparently, Trix was a magician. And that was the same year Now You See Me came out. So if I went for the camp and see the movie. Only for me to now come to the camp and I see Trix doing tricks. I'm like, bro, I thought this was film trick. And he said no, and I was like, I took interest immediately. Like after that, I went to ShopRite Ilori, got myself a bicycle deck, and that was how my magic started. Because in my extra year, I had too much time. So then doing then the issue of funding came in because Mom was like, they can't cover school fees for the name. Extra. Things were really hard. So I had to take up. I think what helped was I checked school fees, and it was, I think, was it 28k? 28k because I only took 2 courses and it was an extra year. So I was like, oh, nice. So the money I made off the break before school, I thought on the coaching.
What did Paul not do?
I don't think I can sing. I think so. When you sing, I try.
Maybe.
It will be very wonderful.
Drop a verse.
So I did that. I got the money for breakfast, so I was able to run down. So I needed to look for a way to make extra income. So I did graphics. I was already into graphics then. So what I usually do was make cartoon images for people. And 5k, 7k. Back then in school, 5k was a lot. Of course, it can last for like a week. And I was staying in the let me call it the refugee camp in school. Our church had this big hall. So all you had to do was just have a cupboard for your stuff and a bed in front, and that was where you stay. And I stayed there. Black Eke. And we stayed there. Oh my God. So we did alumni reunion last week. This year. In November we did the alumni reunion. So all of us are graduated. Catholic students are graduated from Illinois. We usually go back every year for reunion. So we were talking about what I was like, Paul. You could see the admiration, wonder. Like, surprise. Paul. Is this Paul? I said, how far? I said, oh my God. All of us, even himself, where he is now, is an amazing place. He's a great guy. So, like, he's married now. Oh, nice. So, like, we're looking at ourselves. All of us were inside that hall that time, sleeping on that single bed, waking up in the morning, playing FIFA on my laptop, walking around in boxers, doing that. We did it then. So that was where I stayed in my extra year. Being that I was in school and there was and I did not have to go out into town. It made money last for me. You, So if I took one job. So after some word went round, this guy can do cartoon. Somebody now, can you do logo? I'm like, what's it? I started learning how to do logo. I learned from Chris Do. I started listening to Chris Do now. Shout out to Chris Do. I still remember him now and did all of that. Started trying ways to monetize my dancing too. Shout out to innovative dancers. That was my group in school then. And people started saying, okay, we have this group of children who want to be coming somewhere every Saturday. Can you come and teach them? Shout out to Mr. Howie. Mr. Howie was on that linking up with that one. So we did that every Saturday I'd go for that one. They give me like maybe 10k for the week. I'm a big boy. I started making money doing this thing of dancing for us. So I started really going into monetization. I had to bill. Chris Do taught something, said, tell yourself, be truthful to yourself. This is my standard. My standard is 5k. My standard is 5k. Beautiful. I'm going to charge 5k for the next 50 or 10 or 20 jobs I'm going to do for this. No matter who calls you. No matter who calls you, I will charge 5k. And I will use it to learn. Then once I've done 10, I double my price. No matter who calls me, my price is no longer 5k. So people, I use that technique. And before you know it, I was charging 30k for logo. before I know it, I was charging this for that. Friend, somebody called me Facebook, charge 70. It's down to change. So things began to change. And then, so that was it.
Somebody will look at you and feel like things like vices would be common to someone like you, and that
we get done that.
Oh, okay. So I was going to ask if there was ever a point you felt the pressure to want to do those things just to get yourself a quick pass out of maybe hardship and all of that, and how, if you did it, how did you get yourself out? If you didn't do it, how did you like?
I think it's a rite of passage for a man to have wanted to try one or two things. It's a rite of passage. You there's some things in this life that it's not when they tell you know. It's when you experience it. When you go through it, you're not like, I know now and I don't want to do it again. There's nothing as strong as a conviction that you convicted yourself of. That's why they say the mind is a very strong thing. So no matter how many times I tell you I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it. If you know that you're going to you don't make it. No matter if I say that you and the boy if you did not tell nothing will happen. So as a rite of passage, some people passed it to a certain degree. Some people went through it completely. Like it's not somebody that will come and tell me what it is like to be drunk and be throwing up. I've never experienced it. I'm tipsy, but I don't need to be drunk because I've seen my friends or people get to that level.
This is not what I want.
This cannot be me. So there's a rite of passage, and the pressure will always be there. For somebody like me who's always outside, my number one challenge has been women. It gets to a point where you begin to feel like you can have anybody you want as a guy. It's not even feeling. You actually can, because you get a certain level of understanding, you know how to talk to people, you know how to approach people. You begin to convict yourself, saying, it's me now. I can talk to these people. And the truth of the matter is, you can. You can. So if you don't, well, for me, it became at a point where I was beginning to be labeled something.
Okay.
I mean, I know I could talk to people. I know I had a lot of female friends, but I wasn't doing, doing anything with them. Promiscuous. I just felt I wasn't very promiscuous. We did something, but I wouldn't say I was promiscuous. But I was beginning to be labeled something. I'm like, So that was my point for me. That was like, okay, this is not. There's some boys. When that label comes, like,
this is it. I ride on it. I stand.
I am the guy.
I'm my truth.
And there are some ladies too who, if you are being labeled that is you, they want to come and meet. You will be faced with those thoughts. Peer pressure exists in different forms. For me, peer pressure wasn't, you will drink this drink today. Peer pressure wasn't even, sip or no, that wasn't peer pressure. Peer pressure for me was people seeing me in a certain light. And me in my mind, I knew I wasn't it. That kind of pressure is used.
And then you're trying to measure up.
You're trying to measure. The worst part of that pressure is people don't even know they're putting you under pressure.
True.
They don't even know that this thing they're doing is pressurizing.
True.
This guy, some people will be like, so I'll be at home. Some people will be like, Alpha, there's a dance competition tomorrow coming. I've paid for you. Come and compete and win. Not even come and compete. Come and compete and win. And I'm like, who am I going to see there? There's people who will be like, the kind girlfriend we forget. You haven't seen me. You don't know who I'm dating. I never dated in school. That's because of the fact that you cannot even approach somebody and tell her you are single.
And they'll be
like, the Black Eke. They don't know me as Black Eke in school by then. They just know me as Poleke.
Oh wow.
Like Poleke,
and this is a very serious.
They like. So that kind of pressure was there. It was not or you go for events. They don't even ask you to just want you alcohol.
Yeah, they just believe that.
They believe you. It's you now, not be you. So I had to, this like, I never chop, so I take alcohol by the way. And then my mistake, I never chop. I don't make a scatter like this person. Like, okay. So I had to look for diplomatic ways to maneuver around those situations. So those are the kind of pressure that I don't think people usually talk about. The pressure of expectation.
Yeah.
The pressure of people just having a picture of you in their head and sticking to it.
Expecting you to measure up.
Just measure up and do. So
I
mean that's the negative side. But I mean also at the same time I look at the positivity and I'm like I wouldn't be able to push myself if people did not expect this of.
Yeah.
So there's always that positive side of it. But that's one of the pressure.
Nice. I feel like you were so truthful.
That is one thing you don't like about me. Let me tell you now. I am very straightforward.
Straightforward, Paul. Oh my God. See, guys, let me tell you guys. The first time I called Paul Eke on the phone, he just will look and say, "Hello, Mercy. What is it?" And I'm like, "Wait, I want to greet you first. Paul Eke, don't just come at me like, what is it? Don't come at me like that."
I will tell you as it is. Maybe now I'm a bit.
Guy, I feel like you're becoming calm.
I can but I will tell you as it's doing me. So if you're not ready to probably hear what Paul has to say, you get very
So
that's what you like. That's it.
Maybe I'm not the only one. Maybe the other one.
I've come to this about myself that some people are like you don't know. You see me as a smiling person, so when I'm not feeling
your quiet state is scary.
Why is Paul like this now?
Hi.
Why is the hair so?
But Paul, also when you are at that place, it's difficult. Somebody like me, I cannot cause because I've dealt with a lot of intimidation. I'm somebody that can easily get intimidated, and so most times I'm working on it though, but then habits don't die easy. But so sometimes when I'm walking up to you, I'm always very cautious. I'm like, God, I don't know what this state this guy is in right now. I don't want to go and then just get this. And when you're in that place, it's always difficult. You're just there. You're just, what do you want? Like, say it.
Say it and let's do it.
But can you try just a bit? Can you try to be tuning down your face and expression a bit? And just even try to smile.
Why is it that when I'm smiling, you don't ask me to tone it down?
No, we like that part.
I rarely have people straight face. How many times have you seen me in a straight face?
Not as much time as I've seen you like very excited at all, but then whenever you're at that place, it's actually scary. I'm just telling you, to me. And that's why when I'm not seeing you in person, it's difficult for me to communicate with you. Yes, I'm just wondering like, what state is he in? That's why I can't call you. I can't call you in this life.
You know what you want to do.
Know that, boundaries. I feel like, is it boundaries for you?
I think that's the only way I was able to, for me, that was how I was able to just set those boundaries. Everyone who's jovial has always known that people take it for granted.
Yeah.
People want to walk all over you. So people want to do that. So if I've entered a situation and I know that my smiling nature has brought this boundary, let me not mention the place, but where we were, you will notice that was what it was becoming for me. People were beginning to, just come up to me. The workload was coming to my time. This is what I'm supposed to do. And it helps me. I only call that part of me when I realize that no one wants to take me serious anymore.
It's beginning to look like too much play.
That's what I use in that.
But then let's talk about like I think you've had like 2 editions of your magic show. Yes. Paul did not come with his card. He said he's never going to do magic on my show, but it's fine. Then you've had like 2 editions of your show. I think 2, if I'm not mistaken. I've not attended any.
Actually. See?
Oh, I will attend.
This is the second time I'm coming on this podcast.
I'm sorry.
Not magic show. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Mercy.
I'll attend the next edition. Hopefully the money, because I'm seeing that the thing is, it's increasing. Look at the value.
For yourself and because I have money too. When I say this should
it's all I can come. Oh my God. So how's the experience been for you? Like I feel like it was you moving into another, like transitioning into something you have just done like randomly, like for joke, or maybe I don't know if you monetize at a point, but moving into like doing it proper as like an event is gradually becoming a name. I saw all the sponsors on this one, the partners, it was so nice. And then you also like started up like your barbing salon and stuff. So how has it been? Like you feel like you're owning things for yourself now. How has it been for you? Do you feel proud first off?
Hey, let me just this fact. Never at a point in my life did I feel less proud than what I did.
Oh, okay.
Even when I was working in the furniture company,
nice.
When I was always, I think that's one thing about I've been a very proud person. But I've always been content with what I did with my own hands.
Oh, nice.
I would rather do something for myself and hold on to it, even if it was not the standard.
Very
my friends are
elaborate.
getting Benz and I get a Peugeot. I take more pride in that for myself than doing something. So I think that's where it was. And for the magic itself, it was a decision to dive into magic.
Okay.
Simply because there weren't much people doing it then. And I was like, hey, this is what I can offer. And I got into it and instantly I was unique. In a sense. Some people will watch 5 magicians, me included, and they can't really tell what I did different than others, but they just know that this boy is different. At the point, I did not know what it was, but towards the end of last year, this year, I've been able to place my hand on what it was, and I'm able to invest in it. I'm not going to say what it was, so other magicians will not
take it.
Take it from me. There's something.
Right.
So I'm able to go on and infuse into it, and it showed. There's this stuff we did recently for the Africana network. Africana is a fashion house, and they did their fashion show, and I finished performing, and the feeling I've always sought this performing for the vice president, performing in Uganda, performing for big places I performed at. I've not had that feeling. But I performed at this African and I had that feeling because that was what I was always aiming for. It only just reassured me that
this is the path.
You are going to hit it today. So magic was just there. What I was just there was what I did in magic was knowledge I got from design. I started out as 20k magician, and I told myself the only trick I know how to do then was this trick where you tear newspaper and put it back together. Till tomorrow, I will still be doing that trick. If you see me before, you don't get tired, you continue to see it again. Because it's my own homage to what helped me at some point. It was only the newspaper trick I did, and people were paying 20, people were paying 10. Anything you want to pay. I started that. I told myself 20 performances of newspaper. But not that I would wait till I'm done fasting. I was learning other tricks. Yeah. So before you know, from 20 I told them my minimum is 50. From then I now told them, you know what? Before you call me for the event, you will cover my boot. Because I was one place you went to. God, Jesus is Lord. Shame will do things to you. You should put yourself in several situations so that you get yourself and shame again in your life. One event, it was at the Dome. I'd forgotten what it was, but I know that I killed this that day. Like any table I came to perform, everybody would go well. It was obvious that this boy was doing things. Show now finish. I was sweating. Because, I was walking around dancing and nothing else stand on the road waiting for a car. Not boats.
You didn't have money for boat or what?
I was waiting for how long?
Oh my God.
Hey!
All the guys that saw it.
All the people that performed for, all the fine girls that were shouting like me. They're just driving by the
Oh my God.
Jesus. I don't want to feel that way again.
Never.
I never want to feel that way again. So, after that night, I go home. I took my bath. It's my bread. I love bread.
Yeah.
What's by my side? It's my bread. From today henceforth,
never again.
If you call me for your show, first of all, keep thanking aside the money you're going to pay me for a boat. Now take me go and take me back. I worked on my outfit. I worked on my cologne. I had the perf. I always had a handkerchief with me. Like I started doing some kind of things to package myself. I did not know I was going to get to this. Say, I was going to stay here. You come and be like, okay, you send the location. I'll drive to that place. I did not know I was going to get to that place. The thoughts were in my head.
Yeah, but I didn't know when.
I was able to envision myself in that setting. I was able to run it. Black Eke is here. Black Eke came to stick. Nobody wanted to call me Paul again. This is the Black Eke.
Yeah.
And magic became it. And then you realize that being a magician, you're able to hold the crowd. So if you can hold the crowd for 15 minutes, I don't just hold the crowd for the entire show.
Yeah.
And then MC gigs began coming in, selling magic gigs, came to the crypto space.
Like the crypto part, hosting like the Africa Bitcoin conference, like you know, the guys in the top crypto space were there and Paul was just the short Paul. The short Black Eke was just there on the stage running things, and I'm like, God, like you're doing so well. Your story, your journey is actually beautiful. And again, I am very excited that you took it upon yourself to build stuff for yourself. You're building a name in this Abuja.
It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. You mentioned something about the barbershop. Have to allow on pause too, because as a building, it's not like once you start, it's going to shoot. So there was a challenge of who to run it, but somebody that was running still ran it down. So you have to, you know, take and place. So you keep pushing it.
Okay.
I'm saying that because people don't seem as if you start the barbershop and
everything. Yeah. Like I'm not even aware that you posted.
The shop is closed now because I'm still looking for somebody I can trust to put. So it's not. I think one thing I can say, one thing I want everybody to go home with is nothing is new. Everything that's happened to you has happened before. And yes, there are some people who it stopped them. I think it only stopped them because they wanted it to stop them. So I could have said, using my brush as an example, this guy has rubbish this thing. Let me sell all my properties. Can you give my money back? Let me put this and that. I'm still willing to give it a try. And if I give it a try for another 1 year and it doesn't work, okay, I've taken my experience from here now. What other business can I do? The way I'm handling my magic business now is not because I studied magic business. It was the management idea I got from being a graphic designer. I'm not applying it to magic, so don't let it stop you. There's nothing new. Yeah. God will be ask yourself, what is the worst that can happen? And if you can manage the worst that can happen, in fact, if you can ask yourself the worst that can happen and get an answer to it, you automatically begin to mitigate the worst that can happen. So don't stop, just do it.
Just do it, guys. Nike. Paul is doing so well.
Walk. I can design, I can MC, I can do magic, I can host. If I bring it, let me tell you, I cannot do it.
Because he can probably do everything.
The funny part is, being in my position, you have contacts of everybody. So I may not be able to do it, but I know
somebody.
I know somebody that automatically guarantees me a commission from bringing job. Let's
talk about like your building relationships as young people, right? So I'm just wondering, how has it been for you? Is it because I'm a very introverted person and I do not have so much people. Like I just go to a space and I hold on to one person as like my anchor to help me stay afloat to leave that space. So but for somebody like you, where I met you, I think there's barely anybody. Self-lead global. That was the first.
Remember the day Gongo we met?
Nah, I can't remember. No. It was just like work and stuff. So I'm just thinking, how have you been able to build, like, is it like you just walk into this and people just come to you that way? Is that how it is?
It's the mojo.
So it's your person.
No. That's not like I just. But I think everybody needs to know themselves in a way. Like, let me say something. For me now, I know that humans will always want to associate themselves with the happening thing. So be the happening thing. And people associate themselves with you. So it will not work for you.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, do this bearing the introverts in mind, and those that
introverts now. You can be the happening thing as an introvert. So me, I'm the happening thing big. Then people come. But you can focus on one person and be the happening thing for that person, and that person is going to be drawn to you. So you realize that you've not taken it open, you've only just streamlined it down. There's this Crazy Rich Asians, I think it's Crazy Rich Asians, where there was this woman, she's the happening woman. In the wedding, she said nobody should sit on her seat. She gave a point. And one of the ladies that came in, she did not know anybody. She was oblivious of who was the richest, who was the whatever. She was oblivious of everybody. But she saw the woman. I was like, this woman wrote this book I read and I loved it, and just walked straight up.
So the woman that
the whole congregation was looking at it like, who is this girl? What's this girl doing? How did you walk? But she did not teach, she don't know anybody. She herself was an extrovert in that sense, but I'm saying that she was able to walk up to the woman. That woman now being rich, being open, in that scenario was an introverted person. She was just in her own situation. So that lady walked up to her in a world where everybody was trying to get the woman's attention. She just walked up to her, oblivious of everything, and said, you are this person now. First of all, when she sat down, the man looked at her like, you can't leave her. You can't leave her, the person sit down here. And she was like, you read this book, I love this book, so. You know, I was like, you read my book, spoke about it, and she was about to leave. And I was like, sit. Let's talk. So for your case now, you can identify that person that you want and be the happening thing for that person, and that person will just be hinged on you. And you can never in your life downplay the power of word of mouth. People talking about you, people telling other people about you. Yeah. I have never in my points in this stage. Should I say, I've applied for jobs and gotten it. The jobs I applied for that I got came to me because somebody said
he can.
This company is looking for a designer, go for it. Then some other jobs have just come because I know Paul. Not like there were other people that were not better than me, but because they know me. And those people knew me because somebody said, go and meet this person. Shout out to Ellington, by the way. Ellington Electronics. The one to go Ellington has introduced me to. Ellington can call me today and say, I need 20 designs. I will do it if I never even ask question. Because in my way, that's the only way I can
appreciate.
The people who I've met Soso, I've met Mr. Thibault, I've met people. How can I talk about this? I'm not talking about my manager, Coles. He's manager of my magic stuff. Those are people I've met. Connections I've made, I've been able to push the brand. It's not like I said I wanted to host the entire magic show all by myself. I connected with other magicians to come for the event. I had to have a management team. The manager had to know people to connect, to do these things. We had to bring also on board. The clothes I wore for that is also made them for free, but it's so publicity. Massive publicity. For me, it's connecting people know. So as much as you're talking to somebody, if you're able to do well with that one person, that person always tell someone else. And as much as you want to know plenty people in terms of network, it's also valuable to how valuable are those people now in terms of net worth. So you now can only know Osibanjo. Now know 5 million people. What Osibanjo can do for you, 5 million people can never do it for me. I guess. So I don't think you should be looking at how many people you should be looking at. Even as I know plenty people know me. There's some people that if I see their call, please have her. What can I do for you, boss? What can I do for you, chairman? Relationship, managing them. Boys are no shepherd too. I'm not lying girls in any way. But guys, you see that chairman alpha, my organ, boss, Twali. It's not, we're not doing it because we feel ourselves less, but there's a way you greet somebody. You just any word the person has put on you, this is the one.
You break it down
immediately. And
so it's not like fake hype.
I wouldn't say it's fake. When it's not fake because I wouldn't have somebody I don't regard.
You don't regard. Okay.
Because if you're having somebody you don't have in that regard, why need the person? And
the person might even know, sense it.
Exactly, the person will sense it, and you don't want that. You don't want to be fake.
Two things she said: connection and collaboration. It just stuck. Connection and collaboration, looking for people in your space and then just working with people. I didn't even know you had like a team and all for your magic show, but that's so profound. A lot of times we want to do a lot of things by ourselves because it's our ideas and stuff, and then it weighs you down so much.
I don't have a YouTube channel. My Instagram, I rarely post on my Instagram.
Yeah, you don't.
But everything I want to post is on my WhatsApp status. Why? Because if I've shot a video, I must edit it. I must edit the video myself. By the time I've come around to edit the video, the show is like 2 months ago. I'm not like, so I had to be able to say, okay,
you edit it.
You edit it. I had to say, you don't want. But we manage it like that. So you can't do so much by yourself. You I spoke about getting a book contract one time when I was in school. It was Mr. Oye upset me that did this for me. He connected me to his sister. I did it, sister paid me. The book is still in use in the school. I finished my NYC. Mr. Oye was like, instead of staying in Yobe, why don't you come to Abuja? He was like, I'm not going to pay for you. I'm only going to pay. I'm not going to give you the money. I'm going to pay, then you have to pay me. But this is the way I'm talking of. You can pay for 50 people.
Yeah.
I felt it was his own way of letting me know that I'm not going to spoon feed you.
Yeah.
In this Abuja.
Yes.
Check it. So
you need to be responsible.
In my head, I was even grateful somebody was willing to bring me to Abuja. So I came in and I did it. I was working for the same lady I did the book for. Got me in a school as PPA. So I was teaching. I was teaching and I was paying Mr. Oliver. So he sort of just made me know that I did not come to Abuja to count pedestrian bridge. You can't and you tired. So I was crossing the bridges. I wasn't counting. I tried.
Oh my god! And now he has a car. This is the story. No, it's safe to say, Paul. You paid your dues.
So I did that, and people I met in those collaborations while I was in the school. Let me calm down. Are you ready for the crazy chain of events? Somebody got me the Abuja thing. I worked in the school that I had previously did the design for. I was in the school where we went for one program because I went to the kids. I went to the kids. I met another lady there that got me a design gig. In the school where I was teaching, I was handling the hip hop class.
Okay.
The man was passing by, saw people. I used to do dance to be connected on that note. He connected with another of his friend because he was like, this boy is a designer and he used to work with kids and he's a magician. This person I'm talking of is, I call him Mr. Michael Ella.
Okay.
Mr. Mike connected with his other friend, Mr. Busayo. Mr. Busayo, by the time I finished it, NYC connected development.
Oh.
That was how I got to meet Mr. Hamzi.
Yeah, cool.
And I worked for 3 months, met Sefia, met Stella, met Ojoma, met Zira, met
God.
And then Busayo was like, Paul, we've tried in this code. Rage is looking for a graphic designer.
Then you got to Rage.
That's why I went into Rage. Did my visual 7 Rage. Did my interview. My design wasn't very, I was still starting out as a designer then. But they were like, what other things do I do? They asked me, do I go to parties? I was like, sure. Do I drink? It's like, sure. And Mr. John, I shot out to Mr. John. I was like, you sure? I was like, yes, he poured drink for himself, he poured for everybody, and gave it to me. And I drank. Like, nice. So what that is? I a magician. I was like, how can you say you're a magician now? That's the only seat on AG time. Like, I'm sure. Because I come out my cars. Let's just say that was when the interview ended.
Wow.
So after sorry. When interview ended that day.
Wow.
I didn't even get home first. It was like, I think the following day I received the letter that, hey, you can come to
work.
I started Rage. In Rage. Jesus. Well, now I don't think I can work in an advertisement agency because of the pressure, high intensity work rate. But I know that my growth as a designer was in that range. No. I only entered Rage knowing how to use only Photoshop. That was I entered Rage, only how to just do Photoshop. After my 3 years, video editing, animation, illustration, brand identity, marketing, social media, what else am I missing? Packaging, but I learned a lot. So if you want to learn, put yourself, you will learn. I can guarantee you will learn. So shout out to Mr. John. And all the people I met there were people who at some point in life too became important people. Then Mr. was like, hey, this company is coming into Nigeria, we need a designer. You have to do it. I came to service. Did service for another 3 years. The company that we were with transitioned and they're like, we don't want to look for new people. You guys did so well come into this point. So I thought it was always the people and Jesus. It's crazy.
Because of how much value you are able to offer, not just knowing how to do something, but knowing how to do it well. Because it feels like, Paul, whatever you do it so well. Your designs are epic, and people will just want to always come back, right?
I feel you wouldn't. If people never look at your face if you don't have what's the name for it now? if you don't have something to offer.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only so much people can do in terms of word of mouth. Meet this person, meet this person, meet this person. But every time they come and meet you, they are not delivering. There's sometimes that even in my end, I have lost because I did not deliver me. So I cannot be delivering 100%
every time.
And I have to take it to. I have to tell myself that yes, I cannot be delivering 100%
every time.
So the ones that have stayed, thank you so much. For believing in me. The ones that go, I understand. Even me and you go.
We meet to pass.
We don't meet for not delivering. So it's how it is. And you don't learn that because somebody told you. And you experience those things.
You experience it.
Because I feel sometimes you feel you've arrived when you haven't.
You haven't, yeah.
And it's not even you say, it's what people say. You get to say, you don't make a what? I don't have anything in my car. And you look at yourself, I have a car, I have a business.
Yeah.
Maybe I have made this.
And then you wake up one morning.
The way they will pull the rug under your feet.
It will shock you.
You want to stand like this. So before somebody comes and pull the rug, you pull the rug.
Yeah. Give yourself yes.
Start building and start pushing further. So connections, collaborations, people get to know them. Yes, whatever it is you are thinking right now should not stop you. You can Google anybody that had issue. This dude in Game of Thrones, the dwarf guy.
I've not seen Game of Thrones actually. I'm sorry.
Game of Thrones was this dwarf dude that he was not like carrying the show on his back when Game of Thrones was beginning to do rubbish in the second to the last season. But it was a dwarf, and if you tell us a story about people neglected in them, was there there's a story of the Chappelle, there's a story of Kevin Hart. You know, a lot of people say I look like Kevin Hart and act like Kevin Hart. So
thinking about it now.
So I usually used to look at him once in a while and say, what is he doing now? There are many people like that. People who are the word is multi-potentialites. People who have a lot of things that can put their hand into. I look at them too, basketball, AY. What are these guys doing? What are they saying? What's happening with them? How are they? No, nothing is new. Especially what the worst can be. Find it, mitigate it, and
fly.
Just be good. Just be good.
Alright guys, I'm sure you've had. If you are here, that means you stayed. So let me not say you will have. You've had an amazing time. The Black Eke, I keep trying to call him Paul, but he's the Black Gen Z. With the Black Eke, I've had such an amazing time with you, Paul. Thank you so much for coming. Don't forget to like, share, comment. Give a shout out to the Black Eke, Abuja's #1 magician, graphic designer, crypto lord, everything, MC, the lord of the every. Okay. All right, until we come your way again, I remain Wildflower and
the Black Eke.